Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Expressing deep emotion. The dancer's lyrical performance. A short poem of song-like quality. The text of a popular song or musical comedy number. His compositions always started with the lyrics. Of or relating to a category of poetry that expresses emotion, often in a song-like way. Lyric poetry. Relating to or being musical drama. The lyric stage. Used of a singer or singing voice that is light in volume and modest in range. A lyric soprano. Write lyrics for a song. Expressing deep emotion. The dancer's lyrical performance. Suitable for or suggestive of singing. A short poem of song-like quality. A systematic means of communicating by the use of sounds or conventional symbols. He taught foreign languages. Language, communication by word of mouth. He uttered harsh language. A system of words used to name things in a particular discipline. The language of sociology. The mental faculty or power of vocal communication. Language sets Homo sapiens apart from all other animals. The cognitive processes involved in producing and understanding linguistic communication. He didn't have the language to express his feelings. The text of a popular song or musical comedy number. The song uses colloquial language. An angry dispute. They had words. Words making up the dialogue of a play. The text of a popular song or musical comedy number. He wrote both words and music. Language that is spoken or written. He has a gift for words. The words that are spoken. I listened to his words very closely. Of persons, excessively affected by emotion. He would become emotional over nothing at all. Of more than usual emotion. His behavior was highly emotional. Determined or actuated by emotion rather than reason. It was an emotional judgment. Of or pertaining to emotion. Emotional health. A building where musical dramas are performed. A commercial browser. A drama set to music. Consists of singing with orchestral accompaniment and an orchestral overture and interludes. A composition written in metrical feet forming rhythmical lines. A composition written in metrical feet forming rhythmical lines. A book prepared for use in schools or colleges. His economics textbook is in its 10th edition. The words of something written. There were more than 1,000 words of text. A passage from the Bible that is used as the subject of a sermon. The preacher chose a text from Psalms to introduce his sermon. The main body of a written work, as distinct from illustrations or footnotes, etc. Pictures made the text easier to understand. The words of something written. Produce a literary work. A correctional institution for those convicted of major crimes. Produce a literary work. A portable enclosure in which babies may be left to play. An enclosure for confining livestock. A writing implement with a point from which ink flows. Female swan. Communicate with, in writing. Produce a literary work. Write or name the letters that comprise the conventionally accepted form of a word or part of a word. Write music. Record data on a computer. Communicate or express by writing. Create code. Write a computer program. She writes code faster than anybody else. Mark or trace on a surface. Make up plans or basic details for. Produce a literary work. She composed a poem. Put together out of existing material. Write music. Beethoven composed 9 symphonies. Calm someone, especially oneself, make quiet. She had to compose herself before she could reply to this terrible insult. Form the substance of. Greed and ambition composed his personality. A lyric poem with complex stanza forms. The lyric of a love song. Write new lyrics for a song. The act of singing. With a shout and a song they marched up to the gates. The imperial dynasty of China from 960 to 1279. Noted for art and literature and philosophy. A short musical composition with words. A successful musical must have at least 3 good songs. The characteristic sound produced by a bird. A bird will not learn its song unless it hears it at an early age. A distinctive or characteristic sound. The song of bullets was in the air. A very small sum. He bought it for a song. Given to expressing yourself freely or insistently. A vocal assembly. A short musical composition with words. Music intended to be performed by one or more singers, usually with instrumental accompaniment. Full of the sound of voices. A playground vocal with the shouts and laughter of children. Relating to or designed for or using the singing voice. Vocal technique. Having or using the power to produce speech or sound. Vocal organs. The section of a choral ode answering a previous strophe in classical Greek drama. The second of 2 metrically corresponding sections in a poem. One section of a lyric poem or choral ode in classical Greek drama. Literature in metrical form. Literature in metrical form. Any communication resembling poetry in beauty or the evocation of feeling. A piece of poetry. A line of metrical text. Literature in metrical form. Compose verses or put into verse. Familiarize through thorough study or experience. She versed herself in Roman archaeology. Punishment for one's actions. You have to face the music. Any agreeable, pleasing and harmonious sounds. He fell asleep to the music of the wind chimes. An artistic form of auditory communication incorporating instrumental or vocal tones in a structured and continuous manner. Musical activity, singing or whistling, etc. His music was his central interest. Music, the sounds produced by singers or musical instruments, or reproductions of such sounds.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.